Well, there is one thing that strategy tester is good for, and that is playing back the market. So I don't think you can. I don't think you can write a robot that's ever going to make money. I think the only way to do it is to look at the market, make an assessment of what style of order you're going to place. You're going to get in a stop, or you're going to get in a limit. Are you going to get in on a psycho spike, or are you going to get in on a quiet market that breaks out in either direction? I think there's only two styles that get in the market, honestly. Now, this playback, I'm playing this maybe like 10 times normal speed, I don't know. But this is the 1 hour chart, and based on this Akanashi without a wick, I'm speculating what my let's see if they let me move around this thing. So, yeah, I'm just speculating on what would happen in the scenario. Which keys am I? What kind of style am I going to get in here? I'm thinking at this point, buy stops right now. We've got a triple pullback in an uptrend, or we've broken out. Could also put in some sell stops because if this runs out of gas, we're coming back to earth. I think the robot's actually right on this trade now. So you can have a breakout when it's quiet. You could bracket it with a quiet. It's going to go either way. And you can also have the kind of order that takes advantage of a severe spike like here. This is 2 hours down, 2 hours up. Actually went up higher than it went down. It bounced and it went higher. And that happens a lot in Forex. If you're running, this is a 100 pip, 100 pips between each bar here. Now, if you're running an order bank that can get in lightly here and get in denser and denser and have a climax moment of say from 40 to 60 pips, and you have a stop down here in Disneyland, and it's really designed, it's only lasts for 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour max, and then they evaporate. Okay, so we are pulling back. So I would have got filled here on my sell. When you see the small whites, you're putting in sell stops. See, small white, put a sell stop, small black, but anytime it's small, stops are okay. When it's like this, I don't know. I guess, right? You can't hit the key here and hit the key here, because when they come back to here and fill you, you missed out on all this psychosis. So you really want to get in here with these crazy algorithms that just end of the world stuff. And here I got buy stops running now. I've taken a little profit on the sell stop here, but this is, you get chopped to death here. Apparently this is quiet right now. So this would be, I'm thinking Europe's not opened yet. Because it's about this, so the hour chart, we're about halfway through now. When Europe opens here, I think we could slam back. I want to have big giant order bank in here, starting like right here. It starts buying all the way to here, but it only lasts for 15 minutes, half hour. And this way, what's happening is you don't know when they're going to spike it, but it's such an obvious vacuum that's formed here. I mean, this is breaking out, got really ahead of itself. Now, stop entry, I'd have stops that last an hour all the way to 12 hours. Now, on MT4, they let you put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 hours now, but they took it out of the code, so you don't really, you can put it in the code, but you don't see it turn blue like it used to, because they only did that for a moment when they went to the 600 update. So, I'm expecting this to come waddling down. Now, that's a 1 hour chart, and if I had a couple 15-minute buy 5 pips deep, I might have got filled on that, but it's hard to say. I'm still thinking we're going up, and even in Strategy Tester, you can make these assessments here on the fly and be like, okay, this is the trap zone here. If they rip it down there, I want to load the wagon and scalp it, get out here, and then who knows? Just like this. made so much money on this day that it doesn't really matter that it's kind of choppy, kind of small little buys and sells, blah, blah, blah. But this is critical. And once you take that out, so if you're getting in just the blacks that come back down in here, you're loading up on stops. And then this guy coincides with this guy. So yeah, here I'm getting filled on the buy stops because we walked down this little thing into here. We could still do a spikorama, but okay, now I'm taking profits on some of my... You always have to have a scalp built into anything you're doing, otherwise you're never going to survive it. You're just never going to survive these markets because they just whipsaw you to death. And like this spike here, had you had sell stops running below that, you didn't get filled till here. Yeah, didn't make too much money, but you're still long from these guys now. You have to have expanded, risk to reward ratio's got to be 4-1 on these insane moves. Okay, so this is coming back. It looks like we're gonna make some money on this. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit here. I think it's a little bit ridiculous. I take it up one notch here for the impatient trader. Now, just to show you that this is really the only use for strategy tester. Forget what they tell you. And look how this robot's beautifully selling. This is the third sell this thing's done since I started this history playback. I can get rid of that stupid. Okay, so we're in an up channel here. Obviously, your target is up in Disneyland. Not to say you can't pull back, so you want to be taking profits when you come up into this thing because this is the. There's going to be a lot of sellers right up there. Anytime you're near the edge of the market. Because most of the time it's just a range trader's, life. Like even here, time to get out of something. Now we could take the Nest T plunge, take out this trend line. Who knows, some news, right? But here's your high probability entry for a scalp bounce that would end up bouncing back on, say, here or something. So you got out of that. This is pulling back. If that turns a little bit black and gets quiet, then you're going to put a buy stop in. But this is the fun part here where you've got, like right now, you start putting in these insane buy limits. This thing's finally going to maybe make some money on this damn thing. And so, yeah, you just practice all your analysis on the fly here. I just can't imagine building a robot that can see this. I just don't. And this is a nice snare. See, this is a low risk entry. And if you were too eager to get in here, you got chopped to death and frustrated, and you want to blow your brains out. That's 24 bars of just driftola. But like if you're a scalper, it's okay. You're on the 5-minute chart. You can see this is a beautiful double bottom. Like, boo, boo, boo. It's like, yeah. It's like having a coffee shop nobody shows up at. This one, you're being bum rushed, and that's a riot. But yeah, another wonderful moronic trade by the robot. So like I said, this turned a little bit black, so at that point you want to be getting in, you want to have your buy stops running. So if you sold that little white bar with a stop, you get a little chopped up here, but I do think we're going up, so try to get this arranged a little bit. Take off these guys, redraw this stuff. So it's all about perspective. I mean, from this angle, when you zoom out like that, this looks like a possible retest zone. Smash it back into here. I've seen that a million times. Okay, now I'm impatient as hell. I'm going to speed it up. So I want to see where this thing goes. I'm running out of time. I refuse to buy another copy of this damn program that they expired my prescriptions on. So, yeah, it looks like you're going to break out there. Another genius move by the robot. And I'm definitely going to be having to take profits up in here where they just got stopped out. So, okay, so just in the simplest terms, this is the obstacle, and here is the where a lot of sellers are going to come in. Here's where you got to have pendings, just in case we ram all the way back to China. And yeah, it's a hell of a way to make a tough way to make an easy buck. So yeah, it looks like we're going to break out through there. Now, at this point, you know, you could have your trailing stops, or you could just be taking something off the table here, because sellers are definitely going to come in where they grab these guys. The market makers just went up and grabbed those guys by 1 pip, and then they rip it back. So that's just typical market maker stuff. And then I'm still expecting to possibly get filled. So this whole time I'm running orders that disappear every half hour, every 15 minutes here, but you don't see them. I can't run them on here. I can never figure out how to get this thing to run a whole script bank. There is a way to get a mouse robot. You can just record your mouse movements. That's about the only way you can do it with these scripts. And then, so, let's speed it up again. Just going to go max speed here. It's going to be like psychotic, but I have no patience. Okay, here comes the pullback. Now, at that point, you got filled on something, guaranteed. Now we rip north. Okay, now there she blows. Now there's the news. Now look at that. See, look at that. See, all the way back to here. And I swear to God, I've never seen this trading day. But this is typical. These are 100 pip handles here. So this is probably NFP or some garbage. And look at this thing just go to meltdownville. But imagine this is a 1 hour chart. You got buy limits under here. And you're also short on stops because it's black, right? If you're going to go with Akanashi giving you the true meaning of life there. Oh, it's buying here. Probably going to get, stopped out. There you go. So that's why robots just suck. And I'm sorry, just, how can a robot deal with this? Oh, look at that. Wow. See, now that was, it got quiet. You had a bracketed thing. Here it was up and just slammed. I think I remember this. This is May. Yeah, this is May of last year. I think I remember this like the climax of the euro. Yeah, this is when it all just started to melt down. Not to say there weren't good bounces in here. And look at that thing just trading its head off. I just want to see the bars there. But see, it's quiet now. Now we just took out support, and now it's all black. You're running the buy limits because, see, there you go. There's the proof in the pudding right there. You run the buy limits as you tank down into this thing, right? Should have it like this. See how that looks now? Coming down, buy limits, buy stops. So this 1 hour sweep down cashed in heavily here. Now I think maybe you can ram up into this. This looks like the natural place to go smack into. Or we're just going to barely make it to there and then just go to hell. Yeah, prepared for both scenarios always. And there's 100 pips. And so you got buy limits down here. In case you get to this price, buyers would come in, they ram it up into here, you'd exit up in here. After buying down here, they're on the 100 pip handle. So this is 100 pips a day, squared here. All right. And then, yeah, see how they, black, you got the buy limits, they went and grabbed these guys, ripped it the other way. The breakout traders got their head handed to them right there. Classic.